Good afternoon, everyone. Sarah of SG My Life. I wanted to come back on and speak to everyone about a couple different things. I mean, in this climate, we are really not being ourselves, not every day anyway. And I think it's hard to be yourself, especially in these times. I mean, if you're not confident and you don't know what your limiting beliefs are, then you're kind of stuck. And I hate that people are feeling that way and that people are really feeling stuck. And it's a time where everybody's being very careful about how they say things and what they say. And I don't think that there's a need for that. I think that this is the best time to be truly who you want to be and speak to who you want to speak to in a very direct way. I don't think there's any reason to worry about being direct with somebody. What does it hurt? I mean, what is blunt and what is direct? And what's the difference of the two? And are you hurting somebody's feelings, or is it just, what exactly is it? Is it a changing behavior? I mean, there's blurred lines on a lot of that, but right now it's really hard, I think, for us to, we want to be honest about the situation, but at the same token, we want to be respectful of everything that's going on. But, I don't know if I'm completely on board with that. There's a lot of blurred lines with that, and I don't know, direct is hardly a word I would use to describe people when they're talking about the climate right now. And what's wrong with being direct? Is that such a bad thing? Is it disrespectful to be direct? Is it you who thinks that you're being too direct and too harsh could somehow hurt someone's feelings in this climate? Because right now, I think this is when you have to be honest with yourself and tell others how you really feel about things, about situations, about what's going on in the world, about what the climate is dictating. If something's bothering you and you're not agreeing with something, it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing to be direct. It doesn't mean that you cannot be direct. God, do it, say it. I mean, be confident in yourself that if you are secure and believe what you're talking about and believe what you're saying, there is absolutely nothing wrong with being direct and telling people exactly what you think in the climate that we're in. We can dance around the etiquette, we can be politically correct, we can say all the things that people think we should say, or, in this time, again, you don't want to be disrespectful, but at the same time, you want to be straight up and be honest. So how do you do that? It's a really fine line. Is it a blurred line? I don't know. I kind of call things as I see them, always have. And being blunt and being direct, there's a subtle difference between being blunt. And really, blunt is being honest. And direct is just being rude. So blunt, honesty. Direct, rude. I mean, that's the perception of them. Being direct is being honest and genuine. And diplomatic and respectful. And they're both forms of honesty, but different in the way that the tone is and the feel is. But again, it's the climate that we're in, and I don't think that this is a time to hold back from how you truly feel about the situation as a whole. We can lose ourselves in these times. We can not be honest with ourselves in these times. We don't want, again, to be disrespectful to people in these times. But at the same token, if you don't believe in it, how can you not speak the truth, your truth? Why or what is holding you back from doing that? I mean, it's kind of silly to me that people just can be so forward on any other day, and then during all of this, they hold back. I mean, again, I'm not one who does, and I'm confident in what I say. I'm confident in how I word things. I'm confident in how I back myself. I am confident on all of those levels. And I think that that is part of it. I mean, it's these limiting beliefs that we have put on ourselves somewhere in our life that stops us from being honest. And whether that's direct or blunt or whatever the words you want to use is, if you're being honest with yourself and genuine with yourself, you are not doing a disservice to anyone, except when you're lying, you're only lying to yourself. So is that worth it? Is it worth your integrity? Is it worth giving up your confidence? Is it worth giving up all these things to just let it slide, to let it go? I mean, it's part of life, and not focus on the action that's going on right now. I mean, keep the spotlight of the statements and the action that you are observing. And rather than labeling a person's character for having an opinion that might be varying from yours, just don't worry about it. Let it go. Make an observation. At the end of the day, years from now, your comments won't mean anything anyway. I mean, everybody, as I say, is going to judge you one way or another. So I just want everybody in this time now to really be genuine, authentic. If you disagree with something in the climate that is being posted or it's being told to you, and ask the questions. Be confident enough in yourself and what's going on to ask the questions, because at the end of the day, you only have to, again, answer to yourself. You have to be accountable to yourself. Those limiting beliefs are your limiting beliefs, and you need to get through those. And part of getting through that is knowing when to actually voice your own opinion, direct or blunt, however people may see it. It's up to you to do it. These are the times to do it. This is the time to raise your voice and let people know how you feel. I do it all the time, but that doesn't mean that it necessarily has to be done all the time. It just, right now, use your voice. Learn how to use it. I mean, it's a learning curve anyway if you're not confident. So go through your day, go through the limiting beliefs, think about it, ask yourself the questions, write it out, journal it out, see what's going on, see if you're being direct or blunt. Does it matter which one you are? All of these things are just the day of, again, is being direct or being blunt. It doesn't matter. And if you're confident, it won't matter. If you're lacking confidence and you're lacking something in your confidence and you're just agreeing with people so you don't have to have any kind of confrontation, or you don't have to have anybody else's opinion, whether it's written or verbal, that's different than yours, or any kind of, just try and get out of your own way. Try to make the space for you to be yourself. Take the time to look at yourself and take on the challenges. And who cares if you're being direct or being blunt? Just be honest with yourself and be true to yourself. And that's really all that you can do. So again, these are just points and parts of confidence and confidence building, but they're important parts. They're important, small, intricate parts of all of it. It is the whole piece of the puzzle. It's one small piece of it. But if you don't ask yourself, are you stopping yourself from being direct or being blunt because of the times we're in? Or are you stopping because you're afraid of people's reactions? Or is it confidence? Is it the confidence? Is it that limiting belief that's underlying and stopping you from even making a comment about what's going on with the climate today. So I'm going to leave you with that, guys, because again, it is a beautiful day. So I'm going to get out there and do some stuff. And I hope everybody's well. Have a great Memorial Day. Take care. Enjoy the sunshine. And we'll see you next Sunday. Bye.